Hey guys. Forgot about the threshold. Okay, we're back. Probably will bleed a few people's ears here, but anyway. Ooh. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Please be an abundance group up. Jeez, if there's no abundance group. Oh yes, there is. Thank God. Okay, I was getting fucking worried. There'd be no abundance groups up. Are we? Oh yeah, we are tank spec. Probably want to be Devourer Spectre. I think we are. Is this skidding? Where are we? Resonance enchanting. Okay, let's go. Oh shit. Alright, and on the why I haven't been going downwards. The enchanting one, I'm trying to remember how this was, the enchanting one.
Everything is of the finest quality. A man equality.
May you find your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Your
Deeds glorify me.
You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
Yeah, so we're getting a lot of things. I think this guy's buying, yeah. He's doing exactly what I'm doing.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant
There you go.
food. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant.
Oh, geez, someone actually killed a lot down here.
Glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
Isn't it solo content? It is solo content. What are you talking about? Clearly solo content, Shadow. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The funny thing is, I'm actually getting more of the things from the things I'm killing on the ground. Oh, that would have been a lot of harvested, yeah, I was going to say, because I killed all of them.
Benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
Oh, geez, I'm moving way too quickly. Holy shit. Did I get extra movement speed from something as well?
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this
Unbelievable light, sir.
abundant food.
Well, some good news, okay? I guess some sad news as well, because some people enjoy me playing. I'm doing CS casting. I got my Wikipedia page. Well, I'm gonna get my Wikipedia page. People have calculated me to have enough points. So yeah.
Glory be to a bounty so richly
Which means I can retire from casting. Like, to be fair, like, my goal was really a selfish one. And there are so many good casters out there, or casters that are learning and whatnot. And it's about time, you know, to hang up the mic.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
Unbelievable. Poor Showman. He'll never recover.
Abundance will soon overwhelm your fragile form.
He'll never recover.
I promise you prosperity.
What have you been up to, dude? Anyway, what have you been up to? I turned my mic up a lot, so if you feel like the mic's been louder, yes, you are right. The mic has indeed got louder. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna say I have too many of these, like, little things that I'm just gonna say no to and whatnot.
Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Magnificent contribution.
PoE2 gaming? Oh yeah, I did see PoE2. That was pretty good, actually.
Divinely abundant.
I was gonna play D4, but I feel like I'm late on D4. But PoE, as assuming from a lot of people I saw, like genuinely, actually, really, really good. Funny thing here is on WoW, I could probably be leveling characters and doing like keys and whatnot. I guess overall in WoW, like holy shit, some of the drama I have seen with Mythic Plus people, it is literally always the shitters who are like talking immense shit about certain things. Well, I guess that's the normal, I guess. D4 bad? Okay. Well, I've never finished PoE2. That's the funny part, okay? I've never finished PoE2. I'm trying to think of why I didn't finish PoE2, but I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it. Much more to do. To be fair, when I played it wasn't even like, you know, I think it was only 3 acts and that's it. Obviously, it must be more than 3 acts now. So I think the last act was the temple act. You know, when you go open that temple? I assume it's more than that now.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant.
Yeah.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be
Oh shit. I didn't realize I was out of time.
abundant kind.
There you go. Is PoE similar to PoE, one of the maps and whatnot? Or is there a lot more to it? I hope there's a lot more to it.
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
Got redone? Okay, awesome. Yeah, I've got PoE2 installed, but I haven't updated it yet. Wonder what builds there are. I think there's Huntresses out, right? I remember Monk back in the day where like there was only like one, I think it was either Monk or another spec where there's only one build you could go. And obviously they fixed that.
Your deeds glorify me.
They have Bear Druid now, that is pretty good, not gonna lie. That actually already sounds fun. Is it Were Bear Druid? Real talk?
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this
Your favorite?
divinely abundant boon.
Actually, I actually like the Were Druid, werewolf, to be honest. I'm actually a werewolf enjoyer. You're not gonna like that comment, but I'm a big werewolf enjoyer. Because WW is very, very fun. Mainly because you run like super fucking fast.
Magnificent contributions, my acolyte. Revel in this
No werewolf. To be fair, it'd probably be no werewolf given the first boss is a fucking wolf. I'm trying to remember what I played. I think I played Monk, and also I haven't played it since, yeah, Druid wasn't out when I played it. There we go.
Your deeds glorify you. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Your deeds glorify me. You shall be Glow bright, acolyte. You have few abundant moments left.
Grow blind. There's a wolf build? I'm not sure. Okay.
There is so much waiting to be found.
That's good. Could get back into PoE too, because like at this point with my guy, like my Demon Hunter, like I could level up a few tunes to get, you know, the maximum Warbound Mentor. But at this point, like there's nothing to do on WoW for me. To be fair, I could even wait to the next patch to level up on WoW as well. Because it's much easier. Like, there's actually the funny part, because they were trying to buff dungeon leveling. And, do you know, okay, are you aware that I'm on Haldan's Discord, okay? Now, rest of the XP, the guides are, like, basically they copy, people's, stuff. I think. No, not a copies, I think their guides aren't very good. Okay. From what I've seen, compared to, like... And also they're not free either, with rest of the XP. But yeah, so basically, I'm in Haldan's Discord, so I've got like proper feedback on his strats and whatnot. And we were talking about the buffs, and they buffed dungeon questing by like 7%. And he's like, dungeon questing is still the worst, you know, because people keep spreading the rumor that time walking dungeoning is the quickest way to level. And he keeps saying it hasn't been the best leveling since fucking, he keeps saying it hasn't been the best leveling since Dragon's Flight, since early Dragon's Flight. I don't know why people keep promoting it. Because people keep saying, oh, it's better to dungeon level during time walking. And he's like, no, it's still slower than, since Dragonflight. Like, he's wondering who keeps promoting the myth that dungeon leveling's quicker. He's like actually curious at this point, because they've said it again with this patch, saying, you know, dungeon questing will be a bit easier this time. And it's like, like basically the delve quest XP is boosted by 17%, which is massive. And dungeon quest XP is boosted by 7%, which is not massive. But yeah, it was very, very wild. And yeah, you know, it was I'm gonna probably level up my monk and my rogue. Well, like, classes I feel are quick to level. I feel like monks are quick to level. I promise you prosperity. Nah, but what was it? Yeah, there was a lot of interesting things, like quick ways to level. Is your DK 90? Yes, my DK's 90. Oh, okay, dude, you know how I said, oh, I don't think we'll hit 90 this stream? I hit 90 that stream, okay? That's all you need to know, okay? Do you remember that when I said, oh, I don't think we'll hit 90 this stream? I hit 90 that stream. Like, I basically played to like 10:45 and got 90. Like, the moment I hit 87.5, just got it within like 15 minutes. From like all the crafting and shit. It was insane. And I, like, you know, now I believe that someone can get it done in 2 hours because holy moly. Like with, you know, gliders and stuff like that, someone can definitely get it in 2 hours. Full believe.
Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon. Your deeds glorify you. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind. Glory be to a bounty so richly.
There's too many people doing elite strat again where they all sit here, waiting for the things to be filled up.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
Like, I know people like doing an elite strat and whatnot, but it's like, you have to kill them. Otherwise, it's going to happen like this, where basically there's people who can't put it in because they don't want to put in like 2
Contributions, my acolytes.
or 3.
Revel in this divinely abundant boon. Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
Of course, I get the fucking enchanting thinger.
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon. Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Come and be
They have a zoo build now too? Of course, you're gonna have your companion build, okay? Of course they have zoo builds, okay? If they don't have zoo builds, Creparian won't play. Let's be real.
revel in this divinely abundant boon.
Oh, that would be Crypt's favorite build. I reckon, is Creparian playing that? Is Crypt playing the Ghost Giant Monkey build? Surely he'd be playing that.
Revel in this divinely abundant.
Nah, I can imagine Rania playing that, okay? I can imagine Rania, Crypt's wife, playing that, not gonna lie. That would be one of the builds that she would play. Nah, he sticks to one shot. Dude, time to play that build. I just hope we don't have to get, you know, a god amount of, like, luck to get the giant monkey. The giant monkey build sounds like a vibe.
Bounty so richly abundant. Glory be to a bounty so richly abundant.
You know the funny thing is that soul immolation doesn't damage people near you.
Magnificent contribution.
I always thought it was like a Havoc immolation aura, but it's not.
Divinely abundant.
It's actually just a mindless button you press to get soul fragments.
You shall be benevolently rewarded.
It's OP, nah. To be fair, I gotta say, Devourer has a lot of things that are OP, but that is not one of them. The OP one is the Chaos Nova one, where you can range target your Chaos Nova to like a mob, and you can stun the like mobs within like 10 yards of it. Alright, I meant the monkey build. Ooh. Who's playing the monkey build at the moment? Also, most important question: has Ziz stood out? Has Ziz got out of Sanctum yet? I remember when the joke for him was that he never leaves Sanctum. Okay, I sent him a picture of a studio, like a hair studio near us called Sanctum Studio, and I'm like, Ziz gets his hair cut here. He never leaves Sanctum. Ghazi? Oh, okay. Ghazi is Ghazi is a pretty. I think what was it? It was people who said that. What was it? Like one of the POE build designers, wherever they are, people don't like because he just like rips other people's builds. I don't think it was Ghazi, but Ghazi was involved in it because it was his builds the guy was ripping off. I remember the what is it? The Rage Gaming drama. Okay. Where Rage Gaming was literally stealing PoE builds from like the top build guides and calling them their own. Like one of the people who makes builds asked him like, why are you saying like you made this build? He still is? Yep. Yeah, I know he is, okay? Because I saw him got called out again. And he's like stealing builds from like people and not crediting them. And then this is the funny part because this is why I was subscribed to them. And like, oh cool, they're doing Diablo 4. And I realized like, hey, hang on. This is Wusho's build. Hang on, this is this person's build. And they're like going, oh, we're just a couple of guys who casually play games. And it's like, bro, you seem like you steal all your fucking builds from top content creators and call them your own. One of the builds for this was I think I've repeated this about like 20 times this story, but one of the builds in the season, I think it was like the Plague season, was it season 1 or season 2? I'm trying to remember. It was the vampire season, okay? And Druid got Shockwave, you know the Shockwave, the Conal Shockwave for Grizzly, okay? And this is like, they're trying to do a season starter build. And they recommended fucking, what was it? They recommended Wolfnado as a league starter build in that season. When you had the Shockwave, the Wear Shockwave ability available to you as a seasonal legendary. And I'm just like, what? Like, I put in the comments, why are you recommending a fucking Wolfnado build when the aspects are really hard to get? But you're not recommending a Shockwave Bear build when the Shockwave talent, which is the most important talent to that entire build, is available in the seasonal aspect. And they were like, oh, some people may not get it. I'm like, yes, and some people may not get Wolf fucking NATO either. The reason why I said that, I'm like, you gotta, like, with your league starters, you gotta think about it. Like, what are the aspects that are available to people? It just feels like you just did whatever you felt was right. Now, obviously, I'm one of those people who pick at, like, if your guild is if your thing's a league starter, like, it should be relatively easy to league start. It shouldn't be requiring a lot of top-end items to league start. Like, for example, if you require, let's just say, what's a top item in PoE? I have no idea. But if you require, like, a lot of uniques, like, a lot of top-tier uniques from, like, top-tier maps, it's not a league starter. Okay? And I think a few things of Wolfnado, like, a few things of Wolfnado are completely RNG aspects. Like, completely RNG aspects. So, yeah. Because I know the few times I got reminded that they exist and still do it, is that DS Lily called them out for copying her build in PoE. And, yeah, I'm trying to think. But either way, it's just like, oh, they're still doing this? Because I remember back in the day that those guys used to have this Minecraft building competition. And that's how they became really, really big. Is that they had this Minecraft building competition where they put the contestants through like different sort of restrictions and whatnot. And had like a few Minecraft content creators come on. And that's how they became really, really big. And then they stopped doing that, and I'm just like, oh, where did these guys go? And like, trust me, like the Minecraft competitions they did were really, really good. And really, really fun. Like, some of the challenges were really, really good, essentially. This is like in the early days of YouTube. And I subscribed to them because of that, because I'm like, oh wow, this is really, really awesome. And then unsubscribed to them when they were doing Monster Hunter, which I wasn't interested in. And then I unsubscribed to them when I found out they were stealing builds on PoE and D4. And trying to get into an area that they had very little expertise in. Still, that Season 2 build tilted me so hard from them, okay? Because there were so many people in the comments of that Druid build saying, why not Werebear? Why not Shockwave? And like someone pointed out, like two of the aspects for Wolfnado are RNG. Like that's right, it's the Tornado one. You know when the Tornado one follows 3 or more targets? That one is completely RNG, like to get a free or 2. And they said, why are you going after that one, given the fact that the aspect you can get only does 1 tornado? This is before they say you could, upgrade your aspects for legendaries. Because then that didn't matter, because you could upgrade your aspects eventually to free. Like, the person basically said, like, why go for it, given the fact getting a free, or 2 or free tornado proc is infinitely more difficult than getting the bare shockwave thing. And yeah, I think they kept the video up, but like the top comments were all play Shockwave, bro. Because Shockwave was the clear league starter, and you could, like with Shockwave, you could evolve it into any other build. And like the end build was, back in the day, was the Evan Bulwark build. You remember that Evan Bulwark build where like the entire point of the build was to take as much damage as you could, so your shield would explode and kill everyone. And then have enough CDR, because this was what caused CDR to be nerfed. Have enough CDR that your Evan Bulwark would refresh every time it blew up.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded. Hurry! Abundance will soon overwhelm your fragile form.
So yeah. That's good.
All made or gathered in Suleiman with pride.
How do you got? Should be... Wait, can't we not buy multiple? Okay, cool.
Come back soon.
Yeah, that's what you get. Got a lot of hides. I guess we didn't get too many hides in that. Is anyone from Guild on? Okay, no, awesome. But that was a bloodbath back in the day, that one. The moment where they got caught out in stealing, I think it was either Rougeau's rogue build? Like, it was one of the builds, I think it was like a rogue build or a, I'm trying to think what build they stole. I think it was one of Rougeau's rogue builds where he got world first on Diablo 4. And I think it was like people, they couldn't explain why the build was good. Like, I think that was the comment. They couldn't explain why the build was good properly. And that's how people picked up on it, that they took the build from Rougeau. There you go. So I'm trying to fix my scroll wheel with the mouse. Look at my sense, bro. That's why I feel slower. Should be 350. What's your DPI? Should be 50 if you're a LoL gamer. Dude, my DPI is 3,200. $350 DPI is fucking slow, bro. This is 800 DPI, man. This is 800 DPI. That's way too slow. I mean, I have to do like a full swing to flick. 2000 means I don't have to do a full swing to hit. I can just move it with my mouse. I don't want my mouse on doing like big flicks like that. Like, so speak with Leandrin. Yep, done that. Alright, god damn it. Down a peg. This is about the ego guy. I gotta go this way to. Hang on. We go down the peg and go cancelling it. Cool. Don't hate on the 3,200 DPI, mate. My mouse hand doesn't move too much. So I figure out, like, if you move your mouse hand too much, you are going to, Speak of the innkeeper, it does save some things later. Okay. Fly to Grudge Pit. Okay, do it on tier 1 or tier 2. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I just realized I may have to stop this for a bit. But Josh on TV doesn't have the Barney tanning oil. Oh crap. I need Pain to beat Monty, but Monty just smashed Pain on that map pick. I have to boot PoE 2 up, dude. I don't even have PoE 2. What is it? I don't even have PoE 2 downloaded. Like it's not up to date. Did I haven't got the money yet. Okay. To be fair, I'm not sure how important it is for Jose anyway to get Joshua to get it anyway. I was going to assume it's quite important. Oh, you're kidding me. Funny enough, I always think in Havoc. There we go. I always think in Havoc that there we go. That should get me a nice second thing. Oh, I need 30. Okay, cool. Whatever. Okay, back to my monk. See if I think maintenance happens in an hour anyway, so I don't think I'll get through too much. Oh my god. You guys won't believe this, okay? Delve quests are getting a 75% increase in EXP. Holy shit. That is crazy. Do we have all the things? Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. It's actually funny, you have to get her with all this stuff. Let's go. What do we got here? Oh yeah, so we gotta grab all these, don't we? Carry me, oh mighty carrier. Exhausted prior fighter, bang, straight to the ceiling, mate. I like how my Valera does fuck tons of damage, by the way. Like, my Valera is heavy carrying me. Also, I gotta say as well, okay, you know, someone told me on their guides that there are fucking, you know the thing from, you know the links leash from ritual sites? Someone told me there were 100% chance, okay, to drop. They were not a 100% chance to drop, okay? There we go. Good old paralyzer. Oh, that's not good. She went down in a fight.
Thank you. Speak no more. Pleasure. Be quiet. Time to hunt. Can't catch us.
I guess I think this is gonna be a bit quicker for my monk to level up.
Way to skin a beast. This is for you.
That was very, very clean. Like, holy shit. What do we get here? Oh, we got a good. We got an alright helm. So we'll probably do all the delves at the moment. I reckon I could probably, like, at 87.5 as per usual, we could probably hand them all in. But I reckon we won't be able. We won't need to do the entire campaign, given that I'm already a bit way in.
I am in need of more venom and also more healing water. Since you are in the Alua wetland, would you do me this favor?
This magic here is old and dangerous. Take what wisdom you can, but don't let your mind nor your body.
To be fair, Grudge Pit's probably an easy dungeon.
Your path leads here.
Push it.
This is for you.
This is for you. See my food buff.
Quiet.
I remember doing this pool. Like, you're gonna do this pool funny way. You do this. That's the funny way to do that pool, okay? Because the guy gets pulled up by the vine and gets killed. Same thing here, by the way. Oh, I can roll. I don't think... Okay, never mind. He can go up.
Speak no more. Can't catch us.
Get in. Oh, you can't do it. Do I have Ring of Peace? Nah, I don't think I do. Not in this build, unfortunately. I was trying to lure him into the fucking thing. Would have been funnier. So my favorite way to kill some of these things is just lure them into the finger. Holy shit. Yeah, it says this is how OP some of the things are, by the way.
Let's keep moving. My loyalties are my own. Too quick to counter.
Up you go. I love doing that every fucking time. It's one of my favorite things to do is just literally just is sit there and just lure them into those.
Breathe deep. I don't think so.
Oh, we're done. Sweet, awesome. Thought so. I was right. Do I get any gear? Blessing of Zeal. Okay, got a fine color, which is that. Okay, cool. No, I'll keep my Hearthstone in as whatever. I know what he's trying to say, that it's good, but I gotta say right here. No. Okay, Academy, which is right here.
Silvermoon students have unique ways of studying the arcane. Perhaps you could learn a thing or two.
Which one is this? Is this the one where I have to detect who's who? No, it isn't. This is the one where these students have spells that you can use.
Pleasure is mine.
I forget where the final boss is. I think the final boss ends up here. Alright, I'm an idiot. I just realized the fucking thing's here.
Can't catch on.
Okay, the other one's up here, and the one's here. Okay, cool.
Breathe deep.
Of course, I would mandate the one I didn't need to mandate. That would be the one I mandated. The one I didn't need to. Which is the one on like no HP, which I could have just killed by myself. That one was the mandated one I needed to do.
My loyalties are my. I don't think so. Too quick to counter. This is for you. Time to slip. Twice.
Okay, that was not ideal.
No more. I wouldn't cross.
Okay, I'm gonna say, when they said Blood DK was dog shit, they weren't wrong, okay? They are definitely not wrong about Blood DK being dog shit. Holy shit. Monk makes DK leveling feel less painful. Oh my god. You bandaging me? You better be. Nah, it probably isn't. Organ's Briar Spear. Okay, cool. Wait, why would I want a two-hand? Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, we gotta go to Dark Way after this.
Silvermoon students have unique ways of studying the arcane. Perhaps you could learn a thing or two.
Okay, we got Fire Dark Wave, yep. And then we got the other one afterwards. Dude, I might ding a level from doing all these delves. Okay, there we go. Which one have we got? Okay.
One moment. We see the stars once more.
Okay, there we go. Want to get this one done first. But yeah, I feel like I'll probably get the level in the plaza. Oh, that's right, you can double jump, yep. Okay, sorry, I thought I heard a storm outside. I was just like, what the fuck? I heard like a boom, 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 boom. But no, it turns out it was sound effects in this game. From the mob.
One moment. They won't know what hit them.
we go.
One moment.
Still not catch him? Wait, what? Catch him should be in there. Definitely Cat Jam should be in BT Better Twitch TV. Or Franker Z TV. I swear I've got Cat Jam installed. No. Let me check. You know, I can always authorize it as well. Also, I guess right now you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this one, Churchy. No, I don't have Cap Jam. Don't have Cat Jam. I got my, yeah, there it is. There's the one you're looking for. Okay, cool. I got my Wikipedia page. Turns out, they forgot to calculate all the times I went under Jose. So we had 3 people check it, so I got my Wikipedia page. Which means I'm retiring. Okay, not immediately, I'll do whatever I do out, but then I'm retiring. Because I feel like overall, I'm not really needed in the scene. Like, what I mean by that is that I'm not really needed in the scene because there's people there that can take my place who are much younger, much hungrier, and will probably not be as a cynical fuck as much as I am. Or maybe just as much as grumpy, you know? But I'm like, you know, Sync's, I gotta say overall, like, if I get a chance to cast a Sync, I'll give my knowledge out. He knows quite a bit. So if I got anything I can help him out with, I will. And yeah. Hopefully he gets a better thing in particular. Oh, really? Nullius? Well, that's not fun. Sorry, this guy is like a... He's like Butcher in Diablo 4. Except I guess easier? If he just, you'd have to leave it tally? Oh, what the fuck? You'd have to leave it tally? I'm just gonna stick around. I'm just not gonna bother casting stuff. I feel like overall, like, there's a lot of people, who, like, there's a lot of pairs of casters that are there that can do stuff and fill in the gaps. Oh, for Sync? I feel like Sync's going for, like, the color caster sort of role where, like, he knows things, builds story and whatnot. Josh retired again and retired again? Yeah. I don't know, so you got Lanky and a bit who have, I gotta say, are they gonna get a lot of gigs at defrag, considering their dedication? Yeah, because, like, Shadow, as I said, I was doing it to get a Wikipedia page, because apparently I only had 65 points. But they miscalculated it, and I have, what do I get another star for? I swear to God, I've got too many 200 weapons. Am I like Brewmaster spec in loot? No, Windwalker. Lancy. Okay, yeah, Lancy. I see why. Okay, Lancy and a bit, so are really, really good. Then you can get yourself a Sync. Well, then again, you're quite old. Yeah, you can get yourself in Sync. And then you've got, well, everybody else can make a duo. What am I good for? No, you're good play-by-play. You're a good hype man. Like, you would be very, very good play-by-play. Because you get hyped up for shit. I gotta say, like, you know, and also not to mention as well, you have very high stamina for getting hyped up, and that's what a play-by-play caster needs to be. Because I can't stay hyped up all the time, because it takes too much energy for myself. So, yeah. It's a lot of energy. It is a lot of energy. It is quite difficult. It gets very difficult. Especially when you've seen the same fucking situations that happen again and again. You see this good to me back in the day? Nah, I didn't. But either way, like, you know, those are the main things overall. And, like, I just don't feel like I'm really needed as per se. You know, it's good for, like, people to get me a cast and whatnot, and I know some people are friendly with me. But I know some people have been, it's just a reality sinking in. It's just like, I'm not going to get anywhere with casting. Like, all I'm going to be doing is just helping out here and there, and that's it. And I rather have it to be generating something than just doing nothing as a... It's not really my rest activity, okay? It puts stress on me, let's just put it that way. And I'd rather have a at-rest activity, because if I want to put an at-stress activity, I'd rather be earning money at an at-stress activity than earning nothing. But I will still obviously chill in for the streams and not for the players and whatnot, because I appreciate those guys so much.
I lend you my strength.
Also, if you don't also as well, if you don't understand the meme of me saying Ruffleco watch out in the tweets, Brace kicked Ruffleco just as they were like getting like in Vertex. Just as they got a few extra players, Ruffleco got kicked out for, I think, from Malta, I'm not sure. I forget back in the day, but that's an in-joke between Brace, Ruffleco, and I. I don't think, if Ruffleco does get kicked, you know, I deserve to get some flack thrown at me for it. But that's the joke, of me saying, Ruffleco, watch out. If he DMs me about it, I'll take it down, but that's the entire joke of me saying, Ruffleco, watch out. Because, like, they went to Yorshipping, and then, like, basically a week after their DreamHack event, or a week or two after the DreamHack event, Ruffleco got kicked for, I forget for who. Like, Brace, like, I've interviewed Brace about it, about, like, kicking his best friend. Or I've heard an interview of Brace about it. So, that's the joke, okay? Because, he had to kick, Brace didn't want to kick Ruffleco, but, like, he had to. Because of, like, you know, the team sort of thing. It wasn't like the team environment, stuff like that. It was just, you know, being committed to Pack and whatnot. And that's why Brace and Ruffleco are playing with each other again. And I would if they have booted Ruffleco again, I think Ruffleco's teaching anyway. Like, Ruffleco has a full-time job now. So yeah. Like, if you don't know, Ruffleco James Lytros is a teacher. Okay? It's not up there with 80k being a counselor, okay? Being a counselor, okay? Because that one shocked me, given some of the shit 80k says. But 80k is a counselor. He wouldn't lie to me, but he would also lie to me as well, because Rooster are the biggest trolls in the scene, okay? They are the absolute biggest trolls, okay? Can't trust a word that Rooster say, because they're usually stitching me up, okay? And they stitch me up really well as well. Like, they get me so bad. Like, every time like the Rooster players say something, I ask Eddie, and I'm like, Eddie, is this true? Because I do not trust them. And Eddie's like, yeah, man, it's true. Why would they ever lie to you? And I'm like, I've been stitched up so fucking much by them. Of course, Chelios would have that, okay? Of course, Chelios is a doobie smoker. he told me after I said, like, you guys usually troll me, so it's your fault for getting fooled. I'm like, fuck you, man, fuck you. I have a lot of love for the Rooster Boys, because basically when the Rooster Boys were starting out, like, because, like, basically they were, let's just say that they weren't really respected, I guess, back probably like 7 years ago. Like, they were criminally underrated, okay? Like, I think we had, like, here's the thing as a news outlet, and they had this like top 5, and they would never put Rooster in the top 5, or Rooster is a good team, or Mad Like Wizards. They would never put him at the top, like, not at the top, sorry, within the top 5. And I was sitting there, you know, since I was casting back in the day, I had no idea about, you know, the politics and stuff involved in it with the players and whatnot. I was like, no, Rooster's actually really, really good. Like, I think Rooster's a pretty good team. Like, they got, like I said to one of the guys, like, they're gonna beat Ground Zero. Because this has been like Burn Are You Okay and stuff like that we're playing. And I basically said, no, they're gonna beat Burn. They're gonna beat, you know, Callum Void and all that. Like, it's a matter of time. Yeah, Chelsea had a huge land debut, they all believed that he was a hacker. Like this is where I found out a lot of this lore and whatnot. Like, they believed he was hacking. And like 80k trash talks a lot. Okay, that's the other part. And obviously Ints called him out on it. So yeah. But I do remember the part where like they were not really respected at all. And like, I'm not sure if this, I don't think it really impacted my standing. But I stuck up for them. I'm saying I think Rooster's good enough to be in the top 5. I cast these games and they looked relatively good. This is when they had Netic and Juice. This is before ASAP. This is pre-ASAP. Like, basically what happened was that they had 2 teams. They had Rock Candy, which was just like, as I think it was Quick Draw said to me, it's just like basically Chelios and friends. Like, he basically told me who they were. Oh shit, might die here. That was silly of me, I shouldn't have pulled so much. But yeah, that was like Trelios' friends. Like, I forget who they are, like MDK maybe, Gargoyle or something like that. I forget all their names because they were largely irrelevant and most of them were pretty shit. I'll be honest. And they got That's it. They got so basically they had 2 teams. They had like Mad Like Wizards and whatnot, and they occasionally like switched members between the teams. And they got ASAP from what was it? Mad Like Wizards. Sorry, it wasn't Mad Like Wizards. He was in Rock Candy. So I had like, you know, I forget their names. Like fucking hell, they have like Breaker. I think one of them's called, and all that shit. And they were in a team with they also rage quit a lot as well. And it got to the point where casters were going to stop casting them because what happens is that they get in the middle of the game, they all rage quit, and then the caster has nothing to cast basically. So it's getting to a point, because they would forfeit after being in the game, which didn't include a forfeit for the team being dead. So yeah. You were casting in 2018? No, I don't know. You gotta show me the clips. Oh no, because I started in 2019, that's right. So yeah. I haven't kept a lot of my clips, by the way. So yeah. 2 seconds. I just realized I've got to... Oh, the OG. Dude, is this like ESA open or some shit?
He gets the last one! Saz, what the fuck are you doing? He picked up a kid as well! Holy shit, Saz! What the follow one? Saz, 1v1 situation. He gets the last one! Saz.
How to not play time in a 2v1 situation. Cyber game, amateur cyber game. Yeah, I was gonna say. Dude, when I first did cyber game, mate, like holy shit. Okay, you know what was so annoying about cyber games? Was like, this is the annoying part about it, okay? Because it became LPL, okay? And, this is when I first met Wanda as well. And I asked Wanda, like, because people asked me to cast their cyber game shit. And I'm like, how do I cast their cyber game shit? It seems like the instructions are too wordy. They have, like, 20 million instructions. I'm like, what am I meant to do? Like, how do I get to cast cyber game? And I'm like, do I have to do any of these instructions? Like, have that logo in the bottom corner and whatnot? Because, like, it seems way too fucking complicated. And I'm like, how do I find a map? How do I find an IP and stuff like that? And I got no fucking answers because, like, not for no fucking answers. I had to go through a fucking whirlwind of shit. And I'm just like, nah. They had, like, had some instructions where their logo had to be in, like, the bottom left corner, had to be specifically big and whatnot. And I'm just like, no. I literally cannot be fucked. And did not cast any LPL. And they get told, like, after the fact, that, like, a lot of people being underpaid, and, including Wanda himself. Like, Wanda was really, really underpaid. And Wanda and Liam were treated badly at LPL. And that, this is hearing from another person, this is not hearing from them direct. And that, yeah, they just basically said they didn't feel like they didn't get treated correctly, I guess. So, yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I was like, this seems way too complicated, and I don't want to get it wrong, and I don't want to get banned from the league, considering that ESEA has everything set up for me. So in the end, I cast like one game, and then I'm like, given I spent like 20 minutes to find out an IP to the game, and ended up asking one of the players, compared to ESEA in Europe and Australia, where I just get the IP from the page and just paste it into my console, and that's it. Okay? And then, yeah, I find all this stuff about LPL, what they're doing to the players and whatnot. And I'm just like, yeah, no, this is not a... This organization needs to get some credit. Now, obviously, I'm going to say they had a lot of credit with people back in the day because they used to set up a lot of things back in the day. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Like, I don't know any of that. I don't know any of the tournaments they held and whatnot and stuff like that. The things that are awesome. I have no idea about that.
I greet you. The whispers do not control me. We embrace a new future.
So, yeah. So, in the end, like, basically, I think after a while, gone to Discord. And all I'm going to say is, my God, like, they were not helpful or cooperative to the players at all, okay? Like, some of the things they were doing was just absolutely unbelievable. About, like, you know, I think one of the CCT qualifiers, they all wanted to try and complete it on Friday night. And I think it was, like, starting at 8 PM. Not Friday night, sorry, it was, like, a Wednesday or Thursday night. At, like, 8 PM. And, like, included BO freeze for deciders and whatnot. Which was just like, guys, no. So, like, there was, like, matches at, like, 3 AM in the morning, effectively. And they basically said, like, I think one of the players says, like, if you want to start these sort of qualifiers like this, you have to start them at, this time. Like, you know, you have to start them at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, because, you know, people have got jobs, people have got other stuff. Like, we're not all professionals and whatnot. And, like, it just progressively got worse and worse. And then there came the league stuff where they were trying to run a league system that was called the Pathfinder. I'm not sure if you heard of it. And, like, basically, there was a few teams that registered for it. And, they wanted to start the game. They wanted, like, 2 of the teams that had paid money wanted to start the games for the league. But they wanted everyone to subscribe before they would start the game. Okay? To Cybergamer. And then they found out that there was no servers to play the match on, even if they did subscribe. Which was a massive, massive shit show. What, they didn't plan servers? No, they didn't. And then they just abandoned the Pathfinder League, and we were curious, like, what were you trying to plan? What are you planning to do? And in the end, so they did the Pathfinder Cup. I cast this on the Pathfinder Cups, and I said to them, yes, this was a good job. You guys did a good job for the Pathfinder Cups. If you want to keep doing these, great. I'm happy with it. And then they dropped CS for Valorant because they're getting paid to do Valorant. Okay? And they basically said that a lot of the CS community were ungrateful. And I'm like, bro, it's because you don't run a proper fucking, like, it's like because you treat the players with absolute contempt, man, and you treat your staff with absolute contempt. And anytime we try to, like, do anything or really force anything, like, there'll just be people who defend it, basically. Who'd be like, oh, who would, like, either play cover, who would just defend it. And it's just like, and yeah, then, you know, what happened with LPL, what happened with LPL. So if you're unaware of what happened with LPL, is that they didn't pay Valorant. So after a while of doing Valorant, they didn't pay their Valorant people. Okay, if I'm gonna be you know, put it out, and they tried to get away with not paying the ones that didn't. Well, it feels like they were trying to. With my observation, obviously I can't confirm nor deny. They were trying to get away with not paying people who didn't matter, so people with less influence and whatnot. Because that's what it seemingly was, is that they would always, it would always be towards the people who didn't have much influence in the community. And the people who had a lot of influence in the community would always get paid and whatnot. So it felt like that, okay? So essentially, you know, basically, essentially the people who had influence didn't get paid. And it turned, at one point it basically turned into like that a caster doer was meant to cast an event, since they weren't being paid, they didn't show up. So the event went uncasted. And whatnot. There's a lot of moving parts to this. And yeah. And then Atlas Casts sued LPL for not paying his contract and was successful. And I don't think he's got the money back from them. It was like, it was a clear, just an FYI, there was a clear contract that he would be producing for them. Like, it was like clear, they were clearly in breach. They didn't even turn up to court, he got summary judgment. And then we find out that, well, I knew that Komodo had not been paid since PAX 2024, that he had not been paid. But I find out that a lot of people who are well known haven't been paid. And it's just like, because like basically I've been talking about this with Monitor as well in this scenario, because Monitor knows that I just don't take shit. And Monitor, and yeah, like I've been talking to Monitor, I'm like this, why are people still, you know, why are people still going there? Why are people still defending them? Why are people still even working for them? Because this is no way to run a business. And like, and the thing is, like, a lot of people be like, oh Josh, you haven't been in the scene too long or whatnot, you know, might say that stuff. But I talked to people who have, and all the people said the exact same fucking thing. And these were 3 separate people. This was Fiend, Foggers, and like a few of the, and like a lot of like Foggers and a lot of the players in Cheeseball and whatnot. These were like separate people saying this. The only person that really didn't say anything, they just wanted to get out of it, which I can understand, was like pretty much like Brace was like, okay, you're not doing this, give us some money back, that's it, and then went off. I think a lot of players are just like, I can't be stuffed, you know, just dealing with them. I just want to get what I get back, and that's it. And basically, it just came down to that people didn't want to chase him out of town. Okay, they didn't want to chase him out of town. I'm like sitting there like, you should. Like, this is, I don't know. And I just gave up on it because I'm just like, well, they're gonna learn anyway that LPL. Like, I suspected, this is not true at all. It's a speculation that LPL were just going from paycheck to paycheck with different devs, hoping that they would make a profit at the end of the day. So they would always like pick games where the dev was paying them to produce and cast the event, okay? And I felt that was occurring. I can't confirm it because I have no idea. But that's what it felt like, because like it seemed like every event, like the CS events were like a second afterthought. But my god, if it was a Valorant event, they were getting all the big dogs on it, okay? Like, they made a more effort on Valorant than anything else. So, yeah. So that's how I felt what was going on. So eventually, you know, we found out that a lot of people hadn't been paid. And yeah. Now we're here where we are with them, that they, you know, they're gone. Just an FYI, no one really cared that they were gone. Okay. Like, you know, no one shed a tear. But no, the main thing I was pissed off about it was people who people who either provided cover or like not defended the type of behavior. But like the people who like obstructed and like let this sort of and enable this sort of behavior to occur. And like they'll say, like everyone will say some reason why they defended that behavior, and I'm like, guys, like, you know, it's we shouldn't be allowing this to occur. But anyway, the scene these days is, you know, don't say anything, don't say anything, resolve everything quietly, sort of thing. And I think that does work in some circumstances, but in some circumstances that push has got to shove. But anyway, I think most of them maybe are kind of right, because a lot of people are trying to do their best and not actively trying to screw people. So let's put it that way. And I yap too much. Like, I should be a lot less vocal, as I put it, because like me being too vocal sabotages a lot of my opportunities that I get. Because I like basically things that like when I get screwed over and things, or when I feel like I'm being fucking slighted, I tweet it. And like I say, I think people have problems with that, which is understandable. Oh, man. But yeah, like that's the sort of things that occurred with LPL, and I just didn't understand why people to a certain point put up with that sort of stuff. They also had CCT with LPL as well, which they hired all the top casters for. And like basically there was a few org owners were saying, guys, like stop there was a few org owners that basically said, guys, because they were spending top dollar on like tier 1 casters for literally tier 3 games. And they basically said, guys, like you want it, like one of the org owners says, like, you may want to give some of the other casters a try because wasn't because of, you know, like, it was mainly because of like it's giving them opportunities to cast games. And what was the other one? It was something about that, about opportunities to cast games. And I think the other one was that would be much cheaper for them to run, because they had indicated that money was an issue. Yet they were spending a lot of dosh getting like Pilski, Mac, Conky, Komodo, and whatnot to cast games that were like tier 2 at best. And I gotta say, I know a lot of casters may take slights about that, but like at the end of the day, it's like you get like at that stage, like if Conky and Komodo and Elvish Guy and Mac wanted anything for like casting in ESL and whatnot, they got it. They were the first people on the chopping block for it. And it wasn't really about them. It was about, you know, LPL being a sustainable org, a sustainable tier in the future. Like they didn't want LPL paying casters into bankruptcy, basically. Anyways. That's going to be it for today, because I'm not going to be able to get this done before shutdown. But needless to say, they ignored that, and they kept hiring them over and over again, okay? So, like, the CCT matches would get between, like, 80 to 90 viewers, and, like, they would, like, that's what the organizers were telling us, like, don't, like, get the tier 2 casters and tier 3 casters to cast it. Like, they were putting my name forward, they were putting Haz, Flam, all that forward, because I'm like, they would accept a lesser payment, you're not paying them probably double or triple of what they want, and you would sustain a product. And then obviously they didn't, and then they stopped. And obviously then what happened is that CCT found out what LPL were doing about like their qualifiers and whatnot, the running of the tournament, that CCT just yanked it off them, and that's when they went to Valorant. And then we had this big arena event that they had and whatnot, and then no one got paid for it, and that's how LPL got liquidated effectively. So basically everyone who had, like, you know, time and whatnot, they didn't get paid. And a few of the people who this is the server shutting down. A few of the people who were playing what was it? Who had, you know, like felt like they were enabling them. They'd be like, oh, you know, I didn't get paid as well, and I'm just like, you know, I'm just like, guys, like, I think overall, for a lot of people in particular, and what I think people should take it as is a learning experience, okay? Is that, as I said on my Twitter, and people, no one got mad at it, fortunately, okay? Is that eventually, if they're being shit to the people below you, the shit eventually rises up, okay? It rises up and takes everyone down with them. And, you know, it's experiencing with life of what that sort of thing happens. If you tolerate or enable or allow them to shit on people below you, eventually it's going to come up to you, okay? Because they run out of the people below them to shit on. You're gonna be the next lowest rung. And yeah, and that's exactly what happened with LPL. But now we got a great system. We got a TO who actually cares, and a TO actually gives a shit. And the TO is not, you know, making people stay up to 3 AM to do a qualifier. Obviously being defrag, of course, okay? And like, defrag obviously is a very small scale sort of TO. Very small scale, they're not big at all. But they are building it. Like, I mean, they've got good relationships with HyperX, they've got good relationships with Intel. There could be something built out of it, but I don't think it will ever be profitable. I think it's going to be one of those things where they're going to be, you know, asking people for prize money over and over again, you know, to put in and really build up the scene. And that's probably what I'm going to do. But as I said to Mav, like, I've got to make sure my business is looked after first. Yeah, I can't keep putting money in the scene if I'm bankrupt. Let's put it that way. But yeah, like, you know, I do enjoy helping out. And, yeah. Oh shit, I actually got to DM him. Bit of a, to be fair, I'll keep it secret, okay? There's no, like, the tournament has been already said, I think. I'm not sure. We'll find out, okay? We'll find out. But yeah. Now I want to check if it's actually been announced. I think it has been announced. Yeah, they have announced it. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. But there'll be some stuff I'll be doing in there. Of course, I think everyone knows anyway. Ah, fuck. Well, that's one of my pick'ems gone. Monty qualified. That's crazy. I need Legacy and Bait to win to save my pick'ems. Does CapJam work now? I've added it. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have Frank Z face. Good one, Josh. Good one. This is actually very funny. I don't think I have it I don't think I have the extension. Or maybe it takes time to load up. Yeah, I don't have the Frank Z face Franker's face extension. That's tragic. You need the Franker's face Chrome. Should work. Does it work now? It doesn't work. That's annoying. And there you got the cat jam wrong. Maybe it's Cat Jam, yeah. No? Maybe my Chrome needs to be refreshed, that's why. As a capital C, yeah, exactly, as a capital C. Okay, we'll get the actual Cat Jam. 2 seconds. Got the infinite wall. Get double Cat Jam. Yeah, you can definitely see on your end. Mine's because I haven't refreshed Chrome. Or refreshed the pages that's on. So yeah. Dude, it takes fucking forever for it to get to a new page. Jeez. Anyways, I gotta be off. What's that Bissell logo? Alright. You, okay. I'm a part of Abyssal. Okay. That's why people make the joke that I'm always, that's why I'm biased. Okay. That's why people say I'm really biased to Foggers and whatnot, because I am a content creator for Abyssal. Okay, that's why. I don't watch enough Abyssal games. That's cool though. It's in my Twitter bio. That's why. Yeah. Overall. Also, Sync, I think you may have heard, but I did get my Wikipedia page. So, yeah. I'm going to do my last few events and then take a step back because we have enough casters by miles to do a lot of coverage. We already had it. This is the funny part. I already had it. But what happened is that since I went under Jose previously, because me and this dude did a jump down on it. Oh, where is it? So what happened was this, okay? So I went under Jose previously, okay? And these are all my events that I've done, okay? So what happened is that I changed my name to only Josh on TV here. So all of this was under Jose. And we were completely unaware of it. Like the Wikipedia guys were completely unaware of this. So they were only calculating everything from here. But they forgot about this that I did. So yeah, so I had a page from this point onwards, basically. Oh, so from this one. Like this one would have given me the page. So yeah. See that, funnily enough, this was my first gig that I ever did, ever. And that was with Mitch, Capping TV. And then I had this with Wix, then I had this with Wix, then I also had this with Wix, then I also had this with Wix. So also, I was the only, by the way, funny fact, okay? I casted Extremes Land 2021. This is when, during COVID, it was an online tournament. So, so I casted this tournament. This is when I had, I think it was NKT, yeah. Had this one, and they traded him out for a score. So this is how I got, used to the scene here. And this is how I can know a lot of these players and whatnot. So like Checkmate used to have Blitz and Techno in the team. And like all these guys, and they got rid of them. So this is how the Mongos built out, by the way. This is like the original Mongos team. So what happened is they got rid of all these guys. Oh no, they got rid of Bartek and Cabal. brought in Score and a few others, and an Annihilation, then this team didn't... Sorry, they got rid of 9 and brought in Annihilation. They got rid of Bartek and Cabal for a few others. They didn't win anything. And then they made a new thing. Oh, sorry, I'll put that here. There you go. But this is like the original Mongols, basically. So, like, Blitz and Techno are the main ones. So, obviously, you can see Mara as coach. And they went to a lot of old heads. They had Score and another in the team. And then they didn't do relatively well, so they got rid of all of them. And then they've got what they have now with, like, Mazzinio, 910, and, oh, shit, I forgot what else they brought in. Mazzinio, 910, and eventually was Senzu. Previously wasn't Senzu. Senzu was afterwards. I think they got rid of Kabatak for Senzu or something like that, or Hazwenka for Senzu. So Hazwenka is the wrong person. Hazteka for Senzu. And then you get NKT. This was like an interesting team. Okay, this team used to have Score on it. Now you obviously can see a lot of the Mongolian players have now been banned from match fixing. And this is when Tyloo had a very, very, very different roster. This was Tyloo before they picked up Rare Adam, basically. And yeah, there's Zero. This is Zero, but that's Zero. Never mind, I thought that was Zero. It's not Zero. Hadn't started playing yet. What other ones were there? Because this is the first time me and Wix watched Asian CS. Yeah, there we go. There's like Checkmate. They had Coolest and Hazteka and whatnot. Like, this team was interesting. And then NKT had Urcast on it. Yeah, that's right. They went through the Urcast and Score phase. Where they had Urcast and Score on the team. Also, you can see Rage here as well. Obviously, now in Kalido. That's the Kalido Rage. Dan King? Yeah, Dan King has big impact. Big impact. And then we had the Oceanic qualifier. I'm trying to figure which one this was. Yeah, I casted with Trevor and Wix because Wix couldn't attend one of the days, so I got Trevor on. And this was when, this is Chiefs back in the day, so it was Soju, Maker, Blitz, Gump, and Humongous. This is when the Chiefs dropped them. And you had, what was it? Oh, I forget his name. You had Moe build this 8 Balls roster. So yeah, you had Bogeyman, Jules, and a few others. I don't think they got very far. And you had Looking for Org, which was the X-Star Rules roster, which had Savage in it. So like Licky, Hazza, Sterling, Savage, and Apoc. And you had Vertex. So you know how I said watch out? You know how I joked about saying watch out, Ruffleco? This roster, Brace eventually kicks Ruffleco. From this roster. It's actually yeah, here it is. Okay, so it's coming up soon when they start kicking. I'm trying to remember when they did kick him. So basically, Looking for Org becomes an Org, and they have HUDs come in to coach. Then you have Order, who have the so Order picked up Valiance and Vexite at this point, and they actually did relatively well. Funnily enough, Valiance and Vexite were both the B-site anchors for Inferno. So it's like the V's on the B's. And then you had also as well, Paradox picked up Rooster for a part as well. So they had like ASAP Danger, Chelios, Danny G, and Netic. I would say this is probably the second best roster for Rooster. Like, I would like pretty much like they need to get rid of Danny G for like someone else because like Danny G was their weak link, unfortunately. I like Danny G, but he was their weak link. They got Dallas. This is the point where they kicked? No, this is alright. They got Malta on the team because what happened was Addict went to Aftershock. So Ricky started a team with Infrequent, Nikez, and Val. And Addict went to Team Aftershock. This is actually a pretty good storyline because Aftershock beat Vertex. So Vertex versed Aftershock and they won in the lower bracket. And Looking for Org won. Like, this is like this all big thing in the end. That they would always verse each other. And Order had Tux, Jar, and Ustilo. I think they had too many old heads on this team. Because, like, the only person who was young was both Valiance and Vexite at the stage. And, you know, they pretty much, like, Order and Looking for Org were just basically taking shots at each other. Champs, this is an interesting one. So this is when ANZ Main came into involved. And this was the one-off season. This was like the one-off season where anyone who did main got to do playoffs, basically, okay? And this is where they moved, like, all of the ANZ champs into a studio. And this is where, you know how I said, like, where I was like, you know, I felt like it was pretty, this is the part where I wasn't really, happy with, like, how stuff went down, because I lost, like, a lot of my games and whatnot. Yes, Michaelis is observing. Michaelis really highly appreciates me. And I found out that the Michaelis that was observing was the one that was playing, and I always casted his games, and I didn't fucking add the fucking dots together when I met him. Because I used to cast a lot of cast of ESCA, Prem, and whatnot. And yeah, he still plays. Like, I'm really surprised he's back playing again. And I'm like, like, he knows me, but I don't know him. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't think he was that Michaelis, okay? The 2 plus 2 didn't add together, okay? So I felt awful, okay? So this is a time where, like, I was like, really didn't feel appreciated, because I went to ANZ main and it took me ages to get, you know, into it. And I casted, like, I think 2 games. So Boris casted the entire fucking season. And this is where I said, if Boris isn't being asked, I do not want to know until Boris is hired. And I think it was, I forget the guy's name. He used to work for SOANZ. He said, yeah, Boris is the first person we talked to. I'm like, that's all I need to know. That is all I need to know. I am happy. So, yeah. And in the end, we got to cast the playoff games. And I think this is the one where, no, Rothko hasn't been booted out yet. But, like, I think Renegades won in the end. I think it was, like, Renegades versus Vertex. Yeah, that's right. Because Vertex beat Order, which was a big upset at the time. And then there was this, the Oceanic Troller Fight that me and Wix casted. And I had Brett cast as well. So Wix couldn't attend one. Oh, sorry, I casted with Mac. And Wix couldn't attend this event because he was doing another event. So I casted with Mac. And I casted with Brett, who does a lot of iRacing. Because I'm like, I need a duo. And me and him, like, worked together for a bit. And yeah, this is when they kicked Ruffleco, okay? This was after DreamHack. This was after one of the DreamHacks that they went to. And they had kicked Ruffleco by the stage, okay? And picked up Hazard and Malta. Okay, that's the joke, okay? I said, watch out, you know? Because all of these guys are free agents, okay? That's why I said to Ruffleco, watch out. But yeah, then Paradox dropped Rooster. And I'm trying to think what happened for this event, why Rackham had to be put in. There was something with Chelios, okay? And I think it was something to do with ESL Pro League, that Chelios hadn't returned from ESL Pro League as of yet. So they had to have this team with Rackham on the AWP. I'm trying to remember what it was. But I can't remember. And then also, basically looking for AWP became Encore. And what happened in the end was, this was the weird part, okay? Is that Sunday School eventually got an invite to the main event, which was very confusing, okay? And it was because one of the teams couldn't attend. So you can go to that if you want. So, oh, that's not this one. It's the next one, okay? Not this one. The next one they get invited. The Mongols were meant to come down with the Azteca, Bartek, Annihilation roster, but didn't. And funnily enough, Movistar Riders won this event despite being the replacement invite, okay? And we also had like a giant duel between these two teams for like a long time. Like they had a big overtime. And Greyhound placed third and fourth. Greyhound got absolutely blasted by Bad News Eagles on the first map. Like I came into the first map and they were down like 5-1. And then they lost 16-1. They got absolutely destroyed. It wasn't fun watching, okay? And then I had my stream scheduled I was meant to go to, and I went to my stream content, and it was like keeping an eye on the score on the screen. Then it was Dallas, and another one was like Wix couldn't do this one either. And yeah, so basically Greyhound had returned to Australia, because what happened during COVID is that Greyhound peaked during COVID, and they lost Leipzig barely. But now they could only play in like Australian events because they weren't competitive overseas. And they completely like creamed everyone. Okay, like and Encore was starting to fall apart as well. As you can see here, Verza being in the team, Hats being in the team. I think this is like, you know, basically their last event. I also casted a lot of the open qualifiers as well. So yeah, and also the infamous Eliminators roster, which was where is he? Where's the Eliminators? Yeah, that was Foggers, Eddie. This roster became DGG a bit later. Or was it ex-DGG? It's actually a funny roster. So there's where Deadweight, this is where Omocello came from as well. Like, Omocello's quite good for this. Then you got Sunday School. You got a few guys here as well. You had Antic as well. This is where, like... That's a name I've not seen in a long time. Forvent. This is a funny one, okay? This is with a lot of other people and whatnot. Script, this guy is very interesting. This guy used to play in the Melwood Renegades, like the reserves team. He's actually a really good cricketer. Callum Murray, okay. This guy's name is not from the fucking beer ads, okay? You would think it is, but it isn't, okay? You know the guy, you call him calamari? Calamari. Oh, you know the ad with the calamari and the beer? That is not a reference to that ad, okay? That's not a reference to that ad. I thought it was, but no, his name is actually calamari. Which is unbelievable. So this is the Sydney qualifier. Like I said overall, I just casted qualifiers. That's pretty much it. Like I was a qualifier merchant. So John Industries was this team, okay? Was fuck, I forget his name. But I've casted all these guys before. Motion, Falcon, Val. Everyone thought Val was... Yeah, it was Dare Ice Coffee Ad. That's right. It was Dare Ice Coffee Ad. That's right. Val was in Chiefs as well. They all thought that Val was... people thought Val was cheating or something like that. It was quite weird. There's Apoc done as well. I think there's like, this is where Looking for Org was starting to run out of steam. And Vertex won this quite considerably. And Vertex got their shit kicked in IEM Sydney. Like, I don't think anyone made it out of groups, basically. And this is where Eddie observed one of his first events, by the way. So yeah, I think Vertex got 2-0'd. Like, I don't think Vertex made it very far, and neither did Greyhound. I think both teams got punted out 0-2. Yeah, both teams got punted out 0-2 as expected. And the funny thing about this tournament is that both the teams that can't qualify through the lower area went in the grand final. So it was FaZe v Complexity in CS2. It was the first CS2 event, just an FYI. You'll get to know who John is. John is Falcon, and he refers to himself as John. I think his real name is Patrick, okay? But John is a very funny character, okay? Like, John is a very, very funny character. So this was a weird sort of tournament. Basically, the guy who ran this tournament ran one tournament, and he used all the money and then left the scene. He paid everyone. That was the funny part. He paid everyone and then left the scene. There's Eddie. Looking for Org. This was what was it? This was the Chiefs thingo. And then you see Neo and Kira here. They were in a team called Sanguine. And this is how DXA started. They got Oath, Neo, and Kira. And that's how they started. So that's how they know. I used to be part of Overt previously when they got Fiend and Skull and Damio on the roster. Smooth Criminal, he was a part of Truckers with Attitude. Funnily enough, Liam. Yeah, Patrick is not referred to as Mr. Ballaro. There's Swanky, Nibkey, and Falcon. That's John, by the way. Okay, that's the meme that he's called John. He got married. He can't set up... Okay, the meme is, okay... PZ at AZC Locals 2024 had to set up TeamSpeak for him because John couldn't set it up. They were late because John couldn't set up fucking TeamSpeak. And that's a joke that PZ can set up TeamSpeak in Wingdings comes from. Okay? Because he said I went to Prezi was like, I was in XE Pro League, I could set it up in Chinese. I'm like, if you can set it up in Chinese, he's setting it up in Wingdings. He just knows how to set it up. And then there's Trokum. Trokum was actually quite good, but Triplus is probably the big one. And I met Ryu and Bunbar as well. I've met him multiple times, funnily enough. I've met Bunbar like twice at airports. Like me and him going on vacations at the same time. He went with his family and I was going by myself. And then we had KO. KO used to be the super sub. Like KO was a sub for a lot of teams and used to be really, really fucking good. So yeah. There's a lot of these people who are not involved in the scene anymore. Then we got DGG. So this the Chiefs roster got picked up by DGG. This was actually a pretty sick roster, actually. And yeah, I think Overt fell apart and they got picked up by another roster. This is actually interesting. Order picked up EQ because I'm trying to think what happened there. I think Ricky quit. And EQ played really, really good, but I think Luke has a lot going on. EQ is Luke backwards, okay? Paradox once had 3 Lukes in their fucking team, okay? Like 3 fucking Lukes, okay? But Luke had a lot of mental issues going on. I'm not sure how he is at the moment, but he had to quit CS. And as you can see here, this is the A-Ballers, the Moe roster. They eventually got Kobe. I think Kobe quit. But Kobe was actually one of the best utility players and trading players in the game at some stage. Then you got Yellow. Yellow was actually a very influential IGL. Yellow, like a lot of the IGL, a lot of the players that have come up have been IGL'd by Yellow at some stage. And people have said Yellow is a very basic IGL. Like he's not, doesn't do anything too much. This was a weird one, okay? Because I'm trying to think who Wix and I were approached for this, okay? Which was interesting. And this is where we got introduced. You may notice this roster, okay? Do you notice this roster? Yep, you know all of them? Exactly. You notice this guy? He's coaching Tyloo now, okay? But you can see here as well, they did all of this. Yeah, they're zoking it. But over what happened is Tyloo picked up Rare Atom. They got rid of Kaze for... Shit, I'm trying to remember who they got rid of Kaze for. I think it was for G. And they benched Adfin and got Starry. Starry returned and they got Attacker. And you know how that roster shit goes. But Rare Atom, swept the qualifiers. And, me and Wix, because we were doing... I'm not sure if we did the grand final or not. It was one of these maps we were doing. I think it was... I'm trying to think which one it was. And we were just in awe of Jam Young. Yeah, it was on this Vertigo here. This Vertigo, we had Jam Young. And Jam Young got an ace with 4 straight trades. Okay? He got the initial pick, but his next 4 cores were trading for his teammates going down. And 2 of those trades were near instantaneous. It was absolutely crazy. So yeah. And I'm gonna say this right now. A lot of these events that me and Wix got was because we would say yes to these events because a lot of people would say no to these events. And I was saying yes to them because I got no opportunities. I was on the outers, I would get no opportunities, and I'd have to do whatever I got given effectively. So this is ANZ main, and this is where Arena Esports is. Okay, so what DXA is Dynasty combined with Arena. Okay. So it's this guy. You may notice an orange-haired guy who comes along, and that. So Monitor ran Arena Esports, and Dynasty ran Dynasty. These two eventually merged. So you have Arcade. This is Jason's initial team. This team was actually pretty magical, actually. They performed above their thingo. This is the Kia Nero. Okay, the infamous Kia Nero with Rufflecoat. They had James in the team with Lucas and Bebest. I interviewed the best. We're trying to get Daryl to do interviews. He's not very good in English. So we had a pretty good interview. Because they were trying to get him to just be like, a lot less shy, so we're trying to help out. Lambo, I don't know where he is these days. He's actually a very, very good sub. Let me trying to find the other stuff as well. Trying to think if any of these guys did anything. Reaps, this Mantra Free roster did the most funniest fucking thing in one of the games. I think it was last season, actually. This team's actually pretty good. A-Works, Pockets, and Coxie and all that stuff. Pretty fun roster to link. And there's Tux and Forlex as well. This is when Tux was like leading up these rosters. Forlex is a very, very good player. And then Omi as well. You also had Harper and Mr. Shark. So this roster was pretty good. I think they they didn't win, but I know DXA won. This roster was really fucking good. Like, this roster was crazy. Like, the best was really fucking good. Like, really fucking good. Oh yeah, I'll probably go to bed soonish. I think I did Chengdu. I think it was, I think I casted with Mac. I'm surprised Wix isn't on this. I think I only casted one game. So I think I casted this one with Wix, I believe. This is the one where, this is the weird one, because Wix and I got to cast the upper bracket finals. And me and Wix are preparing for the lower bracket semifinals. And we got the game switched around. Which, because Pilsky and I were doing, like, work on both these games. Or prep on both these games. And we had to, like, quickly switch around our prep. It was very, very funny, because I'm just like, what? This was, yeah. So, funnily enough, okay, this qualifier this qualifier killed Archon, okay? So you remember, Archon? This qualifier killed Archon. Now, nothing in the qualifier itself killed Archon, but the rules killed them. Keep an eye on this, okay? Versa on wire. I don't think I've got anything here for Archon, but pretty much what happened is that Archon was a team in March and April with, who was it? It was with Crunchy and a few others. And they wanted to replace one of the players on the team with Versa. But he was tied to a roster of Sunday School that was competing at DreamHack, even though that roster was dead. Like, their roster was just going to there have fun. But they would not let Versa transfer to Archon. Therefore, Archon died and had to forfeit a lot of matches due to it. So yeah, that was non-fun stuff. This was actually quite funny because I think Vantage was slowly dying at this stage and Eddie subbed in. But pretty much, yeah, this was Greyhound Farm Fest. He got to root of... This I can tell you right now. Rooster and Bandits Kangaroos, these guys versed each other a lot. Okay? Well, let's just put it that way. These guys constantly versed each other so much. Like, this is like the battle for the second bunk. Like, this is how long this Vertex and Rooster, Bandits Kangaroos is ex-Vertex, had been going on for. Very long fucking time. This is where the milk joke came from Flam. Like, Flam making a joke about doing milk. This is where PZ set up the TeamSpeak in Chinese. That was the joke. And I think they got eliminated. Yeah, they got okay. They get into the tournament as a high seed, and due to the rankings, they have to play fucking Glyn Vision. Like, not any of the easier teams, like, you know, Steel Helmet, Chingus, or WMD, or Rare Atom. They play fucking Lin Vision, okay? And this is Lin Vision with, to be fair, they had just lost G, okay? They were in that, transition stage, because Tyloo just picked up G and Starry. Like, seriously, what Tyloo were doing was just finding all the good players on Lin Vision and just buying them, okay? Not even fucking joking, okay? And they were, and they won this event, okay? It was the first event they won of this roster. And there's also the infamous Silkenberg as well, that I think a few people meme, Uski memes this. This is like, I think at this stage, I could get, Finger, just didn't. Was Zaka just prefer a rifler? I think Zaka was picked up in response to G being picked up. I think he was the replacement, let me see. I think he may have been in the academy team. Nope, Zaka was the rifler, you're right. Zaka was the rifler. Because G joined and then left afterwards. That's the crazy part. Also, you can see Zero in this as well. You can change the game. To be fair, this is before Zero got to a stage that was really good. So I was not okay. This is the funny part. I was not asked to cast this. I was at the event, and the main reason why I casted this, all these people got asked to cast this but me. There is a reason why, and I don't want to discuss on stream. And basically, I got to cast this because all of these people were away, and they had no idea. I think it was like 2 of these casters meant to cast. I'm not sure who, and they said, Josh, just cast it. We know you're here and you can cast. Do it. And that's pretty much it. I think I casted like Vantage v Freaky Saturday, and Freaky Saturday fucking shadow over Vantage. It wasn't even funny. Oh no, I think it was Freaky Saturday. No, it was Vantage versus someone else, and like they just like Vantage complete. I think it was like Freaky Saturday versus someone, and they just completely dominated. So also Arcade picked up a Foggers Triplus Versa Kobe Kraus roster. There's a Parnell roster that didn't. I guess overall they did win a game, but it didn't matter. There's the infamous Eddie, Banana, Terry, Nero, Oath roster. They came fourth despite dominating. And this is the funny roster, okay? Because Samux came from KCG, they got Slimy from Rooster, they got the Kia Rio, no Neo, and then Rocky from the team as well. Rocky used to play for them. Rocky was actually alright rifler, but I don't think he enjoyed CS. Let's Go Golfing 1, which is the PZ, Epoch Dud, Jinx, Mini, and Pat, and John roster. I met John obviously for the first time. And these guys are ESA Open at best. This is the KFC combo roster. I guess they right now, I said to them like, guys, you're not making it very far. Because they got put into like the group of death, I think. Or was it? No, they did get put into, yes, they did get put into the group of death. But yeah. Next one was, I think I've been through this one ever. This was, funnily enough, I believe this is the event that, this is it was Wix and I's probably final event, as far as I know. Oh no, it wasn't our final event. But this is the one where House Pets, they got picked up, and had Damio and Machilla in the team. And then Rooster picked up Slimy. They had Slimy in Danger for a while, and then Danger left the team, which is like, ugh. Never lucky. And then this is the Mind Freak roster with Pain on it. And Ricky. This was a fairly interesting roster given the fact that Pain was, you know, the main all play was very, very good. Art of War got pretty close. Like, they won the first map against Rooster, but then Rooster just cleaned them up. Funnily enough, for this event, this is obviously the one that FlyQuest won. Rooster got 0-2. Okay? Like, Rooster... I don't think they want a map, yeah. I mean, they're versing BB team, which has the, you know... What they have now is the Zorte, Magno Jez, obviously, and Siren. Still similar roster. DFAG Invitational, this is the first local LAN that I got to cast at. And this is the one that Semperfi won. And I was also an observer on this as well, but I wasn't sure if I should mention it or not, but I did observe at the event. Because, like, basically we had, like, roles we had to do, like, on the spreadsheet. So I did an interview with Netic. I didn't do that great on it. I told Netic I'd apologize for it, and he was okay with it. I observed at the event as well, because, like, they had roles, like, observing and whatnot. And this is the event where I said when I felt like people weren't like, I don't know, it just, anyway. I thought there was going to be a lot more preparation than what there was from the talent. But either way, I wrote some articles during the event, and I also did a lot during the event. And we did the sort of like the observing as well, caught up with Foggers as well, and this was relatively fun, I'm gonna say, to do. And I cast a couple of games. I think I observed. I don't think I observed the grand final, but I did the semi-finals, the observing, because basically the comment was that all you do is just spectate Kane. Oh no, maybe I did do the grand final. No, I didn't. I did Anubis with this. I think I did Anubis, yeah. And all this entire map, I just followed Kane and Shady, because they were always doing like, you know, flanks and whatnot. And I think in the end, we had Eddie and Monitor do this one. Like I think I did all the lower bracket finals, and I did that. I think I did this one with Eddie. And what happened is that Eddie crashed during Nuke, and they put the main feed onto my feed, which was Replay Operator. And I gotta say, some casters are gonna be like, they were seeing me quick switch a lot to try and avoid Eddie's POV. And then I had to tell Eddie, tell them that they gotta switch to you, because they're on me at the moment. And yeah, because yeah, like pretty much like, I think so. I'm not sure who was cast. I think one of the casters realized that they were following the Replay Operator's feed. So we got we got a lot of replay clips of like not something that wasn't shown in mainstream because I was spectating that player. And a lot of it was just Keen and Shady, okay? Or any flanks coming up. This one was our last cast of Wix and I. Okay, because Wix and I just agreed like at this stage that we weren't really getting anywhere. And we decided to just call it quits. Because Wix got a job in the gambling industry. He moved to Latvia. Not Latvia, sorry. He moved to Malta. To, cheaper to live, obviously, and whatnot. Most of the talent are in Malta. And he got a gig. He got a full-time job. And he was just like, yeah, I think we should pack it up. We're not really getting anywhere in casting. And, like, every single time we try to go anywhere in casting, it's the same 6 over and over again. And we're just like, yep, you know, we've got our respective careers. Let's do that. And I think I casted, the last game was Talon, I believe. It was, no, not House Bets. It was the ex-Talon roster versus UR, which was a pretty good game. And then we've got this, where Church Dog asked me at the last minute to come cast with him. That is literally it. So Church Dog was like, hey, mate, can you come cast with me? And that's what we did. This is on the B stream. I don't know what game we casted together. Because it was, I don't think it was Abyssal. I think it was the Ding Cuts game. Well, mate, I definitely know it wasn't Abyssal. Maybe it was the semi-finals, or... Yeah, it was this game. This is the game we cast. It was the playoffs. And the thing is, like, I had to raid at 12, so I could not cast this game. So I casted that, and I think it was like, what one was at 12 o'clock? Let me see. Yeah, I couldn't cast the games afterwards. So I think it was this game that he casted by himself. So yeah, and that's pretty much like overall my career. Like, I don't really think too much of it. Like with other people, you'll see a lot of stuff and whatnot. I have no idea how Wikipedia work on that. But you can, but I have no idea how Wikipedia work on it. But yeah, either way. Oh shit. Oh well. To be fair, I'm not watching it. I usually go to bed like watching an anime. I'm not watching any anime today. Alright, I can go check my vault. Oh no, it's not 11 yet. I can't check my vault. Anyway. But either way, like that's basically my career in a nutshell. And This is why I tell people, like, you know, don't bank on it being like a long-term thing, because but like don't bank on it being a long-term thing. Just be aware, every time I got a paid gig in with ESL, it was 150 EU per map. Okay, not per map, sorry, per BO3. And 50 EU per map. You know, it's below fucking minimum wage. And like a lot of the people who make it are in the 1%. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one. Do I not bank it? Chase it while we can? Yeah. No, I'm just going to say, I would rather you develop a career and study hard than, like, casting's just pocket money. Just think of it that way if you get any money from it. Because, like, overall, for the headaches that it caused me and the fucking annoyances that it caused me, especially when I get people lecturing me about how I handle stuff, was just not worth the fucking effort. Like, even though I know a lot of stuff, it was just not worth the effort. And, yeah. And I gotta say, people make, like, passive... I feel like people making passive jabs at me half the time about how I handle things. Like, you know, people go like, oh, it's mature to handle a lot of things quietly. And it's just like, yeah, but, like, you know, when people keep poking the fucking bear enough, the bear's gonna fucking bite. So, yeah.